that you are a mistake. Maybe your mother planned to have to stop at 4 children or 5 children, and after 8 years, she now had you as a 6th one. In many cases, you are already a problem, because you are now being termed a what? You are not the one that made her to have that child, though, but the burden is now on you. You are the mistake. And something may happen, one mistake. This child, I don't know why you came into my life. You keep hearing these words. If unfortunately, maybe you are that child that maybe your mother was giving birth to you and she died, woe betide you. Woe is your name. Unconsciously and subconsciously, you will be reminded that you are the child that killed your mother. But you are not the child that killed your mother. How can you kill your mother? And medical negligence, whatever circumstances, will not be on your head, and society will be repeating it before you. So when you keep hearing these words, you are a mistake, you are this, you are this, you are like this, you did not create yourself. You did not do anything. You're whatever you are, God has made you, that when you develop yourself fully, you can be whatever you want to be. You can be the smartest person. You can be anything. God did not make a mistake, but because of the expectations of parents, of caregivers, or whatever they had in mind, some words keep being drumming in your ears. You keep hearing them. Then something happens to you when you keep hearing these words. Now think carefully and see if it applies to you. As a child, you begin to condition. There are 3 things you quickly learn as a child. What is it that when I do it, I will just feel safe, nobody will disturb me? You now learned that whenever you want to say something, maybe, what if we do this thing like that? What do you know? Come on, small child, go away. Who are you to tell me what to do? You shut up. How do we do this? Come on, mechonu. You shut up. And by the time you are being constantly told to shut up, something begins to happen to you that enters right into adulthood. And what is that thing that happens to you? You now see that when you grow up to be an adult, you'll be finding it very hard to give your opinion. There will be a class, there will be a discussion, there will be a meeting. You have a wonderful idea in your head that when you bring it out, it's going to solve a problem. As you're about to open your mouth to say it, you swallow it. Next time you want to talk, the thing that is ringing at the back of your head is, if I say it now, I will sound foolish. This opinion is not going to be anything. All these people, they are smarter than me. Those subconscious words that were spoken in your brain from childhood is ringing, telling you that you are not smart, that you are foolish, that you don't know anything. And then your opinion, you can no longer express yourself. You become an adult who cannot properly speak. You stay there, things are spoiling. This thing, even somebody else will do it. You say, but this thing came into my mind. It's just what I wanted to say. But did you say it? No. That timidity, that inferiority complex that was ignorantly injected in you from childhood prevents you from speaking. That is one thing that now happens to you. Then the second thing that happens to you is you don't now know. You cannot adequately express yourself. There are some people that you will see. They have so many things to say when you come to them, but they cannot say them. They cannot say them. They can pass off as boring people, whatever people, no problem, but they cannot say them. You now learn how to internalize your emotions. You internalize your emotion. You keep swallowing. You keep burying these things deep and deep and deep in your mind. Because of what happened. So anytime you find yourself, you are afraid to speak up, always remember, it is not about you. You are not stupid. It was about the conditioning that happened from when you were a baby. It should not limit you now. You need to constantly remind yourself that you are not speaking foolishness, that you have something worthwhile to say. and you need to speak it out. You don't allow anybody to intimidate you. You don't allow anybody to hinder you from expressing yourself or being who you are. Because when you keep internalizing these things in your mind, automatically depression happens, because when you cannot say, look at how I feel, automatically you become bitter inside. You become sad inside. You become resentful inside. So, when you are a child, those things that made you, these are the things you do. As long as you are not showing yourself too much, nobody will disturb you. You learn it. You learn to hide. You become shy. You learn to environment where you are supposed to shine and come out, you withdraw. Let people not see you too much. They will see all your awkwardness. It is not about you. It is about that conditioning that happened. And then, we now come and see, there are 4 other things that happen. You now check whether you fall into any of these categories, or anybody you know fell into any of these categories. You were raised. Now, assuming you are here now, maybe as a child, you were given out as a house help to a family. Maybe these people that are given out as house helps, or maybe something happened in your family, your parents can no longer take care of you, and they sent you to go and live as a house help. Maybe from the age of 8 or 9, you were there. Wow. This type of people, there's always a problem. When you grow up in an environment where the people that are supposed to take care of you are emotionally unavailable, something happens to you. Now look at what happens to you. Whether you went out as a house help, or maybe you grew under your parents, but your parents are this type that you don't ever get to see them. Maybe they are rich. In the morning, your mother will leave the house, leaving you to the house help. Your father, you may not be seeing him from week to week, or maybe by the time he comes back, he doesn't even have time to talk to anybody. Your mother is coming back, she's in the kitchen, she's busy planning her day, and you never get any time from anybody. You lived with emotionally unavailable people. Look at what happens to you. You quickly learn that maybe you get up one day, something is bothering you. You go and meet your mother. Mommy, there's something that is worrying me. Maybe you are in school as a student, a lot of bullying or whatever is going on. You want to discuss with your parents. You want to tell your mother. And by the time you even say, wait, let me just finish this thing that I'm doing. Mommy, you wait. You come back again. I say, wait, this child, they are disturbing me. Can you wait? Okay, later. Tomorrow, later. And before you know it, you stop disturbing her. Those feelings, those things that were ignored, you begin to grow up into adulthood, your mind being conditioned that your feelings don't matter in the sphere of things. You are not supposed to even tell anybody that you are sad. Why should you tell anybody that you are hurting? You are scared. You are scared that when you open your mouth to truly say how you feel concerning something, you will be rejected. Nobody will even be interested in your feelings. Don't ever matter in the realm of things. You learn it subconsciously. You did not know when you learned it, but you have learned it. It is there, right there, buried in your subconsciousness, and you are acting it out without knowing it, without even remembering these things that I am telling you, and where this thing came out from. And so you learned, my feelings are not important, my opinions don't matter. I had better learn early how to shut up my mouth, and I must never complain. And that's why you see people being tortured, you see people passing through a lot of things that they can say. Maybe you have friends, your friends are around, and they are doing a particular thing, you don't like it, but you cannot speak out. You cannot say, this thing you are doing, I don't like it. Please stop using my things like this. It's not good now. You cannot say it. You will be enduring it. That person will be using you. People can be using you, abusing you, directly or indirectly. You keep tolerating, you keep adjusting, you keep over-adjusting, you keep regulating your body temperature and emotional temperature to make sure you accommodate, because you are afraid of conflict. That was when the thing started. And then when you are aware of it, you begin to learn how to speak out. Gradually, you have to learn. Because when these things are left bottled up there, depression must surely result. Depression must surely happen. And that's why you see adults who cannot hold meaningful conversations. How do people begin to get violent? You see people, small thing, they are ready to fight. They are ready to strike. Why? It's because all these things are here. They try to bring them out. They cannot. It's choking them. They don't know how to say it. And the next thing they do, if there's anything on the ground, they'll use it and land on your head. And this thing, if you are not careful, breeds violent children, violent adults. And they don't even know that this violence is coming from unresolved emotions that have not been adequately expressed. Now, there are people that grew up, just like I mentioned yesterday. There are competitive households. I don't know whether you have seen, whether it's happening in your own house or whatever. There are households you grow, no matter how rich. I think you know this generator that they call I pass my neighbor. That is the type of mentality they have. They always want to pass their neighbor. No matter how rich, even if they are riding 2 cars and their neighbor bought a first car that is better than one of their cars, there is a problem. There's always competition. There's always comparison. You grew up in that area. And then maybe you as a child, you are trying your best. You are intelligent. Maybe mathematics is not your thing. But generally, you are a good student. And maybe the result comes out. You are third. Instead of your father or your mother to congratulate you, what they will say, first, surely. Are you getting something? Nobody is talking about the thought that you came, or the fact that maybe last term that you were 5th, and then you managed to come third. You should be encouraged. What they are telling you, are you not seeing that Ngozi is always coming first in the class? Nothing you ever do is good enough in their ears, because in this life, as long as we live in this life, we must always have somebody who is better than us, more beautiful than us, more intelligent than us, richer than us. Is it not true? We must always find somebody who is better than us. And if we cannot be okay with whatever we are, and we continue to compare, we have set up ourselves for depression. And unfortunately, you grew up in this type of environment, you have already been set on depression mode. So when you grew up in this thing, your inner self, because of this constant comparison, something begins to happen in your subconsciousness. Look at what begins to happen in your subconsciousness. You now begin to criticize yourself. Look at what you now tell yourself. I am not good enough. And there's nothing I do that can be good what? Enough. Even when there are people, somebody will tell you, you have tried though. This girl, you are really trying, you say, no, I did not try anything. What did I try? One. It's just that small thing now. You say that person using 20 sentences to convince you that he or she did not try anything. Why? Because the person feels guilty, inadequate to accept that compliment, to accept that somehow you are lying to him or her, because he or she has already been conditioned that whatever you are doing, no, it's not good enough. But that is not how progress is measured in life. How progress is measured in life is that each positive step you take, if I am standing here and I move one step like this and come here, I have made progress. I don't need to reach that building to be somebody. I only need to make sure that consistently I am not where I used to do what? Be. I am making an effort to move, no matter how small the step, to move from where I am, to be a little better than what I was yesterday. That is okay for every individual. So, but this competitive attitude makes you, every accomplishment becomes nothing in your head. And that's why you see adults who are workaholics. They work and work and work. Even when they are making money, no money is enough. They are sad. You see them as successful individuals, yet they are broken. They are dying inside. Nothing seems enough. This is where this thing comes. And then there's this group of people too. Your parents were very poor, or as a child, you lost one of your parents, maybe your mother, and you are the other. You are the first girl. And maybe there are other children, smaller, you have smaller siblings. Maybe you were just 10 years old when the thing happened. You quickly learned to carry responsibilities that are greater than you, that are greater than your age. So what happens? Or maybe you are in a family, your parents are always quarreling. I don't know whether you have seen families every day. If I don't kill you today, you will kill me. Every day. You don't hear any other thing. It's about people who want to kill themselves. And as a child, instead of adults to be advising you, you are not the one that will be going and say, Mommy, why are you doing like this now? Daddy, it's okay now. Mommy, fighting is not good now. When they should be the one to be doing what? To be telling you are now advising adults. And then they'll tell you, wait, this your father is not good, or this your mother is not good. Come. They will begin to burden you with adult problems. And you will be there listening quietly, feeling completely overwhelmed. Feeling totally, you don't even know, but Mommy, you don't even know what to reply. Don't ever do this thing. You don't know whether you are falling on your father's side. You don't know whether you are falling. You are trying to accommodate everybody at once. You are trying to make everybody happy at once. Something quietly is damaging inside of you. Now look at the damage. What your brain learns in this scenario, your brain tells you that other people's problems are just too much, that you better keep your own needs aside. Now problem it's too much. So why should you be disturbing yourself? So you grow up into an adult. Somebody will see you as somebody who is always helping. If we call Mary now to come and clean up this place, she will come. And immediately they give you a call. Hello, Mary, this thing that is happening, is only one person that came out. Please, can you just come out and help? Mary has a lot of things she needs to do. Mary, in fact, what is piled up for her, she doesn't even know how to continue doing it. But hey, other people's problems. Why should I? No, okay, don't worry. I am coming. And Mary will dump all whatever that she is doing to do what? And then what will society say? Mary is always a very helpful girl. Once you call Mary, she is what? And by the time Mary finishes helping, she goes back to her hostel. All the things she has left behind, she is totally overwhelmed. And she will stay inside. If not for this thing that I went today, I would have been able to complete this and complete this. And why should these people be calling me and be disturbing me like this now? Why can't they just leave me alone? I don't know what to do. I don't know where to. She can stay inside the room and she will start crying. When a simple explanation, if you people had just told me on time, I would have adjusted myself. But I will not be able to do what? To come. I have so many things on my schedule. Please, next time I will come. Just tell me on time. Will Mary suffer depression? Will she suffer depression? She will not. But Mary had grown up from early stage, carrying adult burdens, carrying burdens far beyond her years. That whenever she sees anything that is a problem, she is already trying to find a way to do what? To fix it, completely neglecting herself or completely neglecting himself. It happens to men too. And that's why when people like this want to enter relationship or want to get married, you see them, whenever they see anybody who is having problem, or maybe one irresponsible person, you see them, that is the person that they will befriend. Don't worry, they will try to be mending that person, and they will keep mending till they die. You don't need to put yourself in that category. It is this conditioning that happens that made you to do like this. And then when you are aware of it, on time, you learn how to begin to say what? No. Those things you cannot be able to do, you learn how to say no on time. And then the last group, people that grew up in violent environments. Places where there is real fight. They are beating themselves up. Or the father or the mother has specialized in beating the children up. Or the mother herself is the one beating the father up. The thing that happens inside houses, you will not believe it. Places where there's real violence. Or maybe you grew up, your father he drinks. By the time he comes back, it is just to be beating everybody up and down. In fact, homes where you see, before you know it, they have carried television, they have broken it, they have broken this. These children that live in this environment, you see them, they have anxiety issues. They have panic attacks. Every little thing triggers them. Every little thing makes them jittery. Every little, they find it very hard to cope in life. That environment, that unsafe environment, their brain learns to see anything as a threat. And if you come to them, maybe you want to tell them something, and you as little as raise your voice, they are already triggered. They are already overreacting. It is not that you are a problem, but this is that. That is where that your problem comes. Not that you are sick. Not that you are a problem. Not that something is inherently wrong with you. But your nervous system has been conditioned. And then when you realize that this is where this problem is coming from, what do you do? What do you do? I don't know whether you have seen people, you see them jumping from one girl to another. They are jumping from one relationship to another. All these things are foundations from troubled childhoods. They are just trying to confirm themselves that they are somebody, but that is not the solution to the problem. Now, if this thing that I have been discussing, what now happens is that a vicious cycle is born. What is the vicious cycle? Because you are always jumpy, you are always angry, you cannot speak up. Because you cannot speak up, you always carry resentment within you. You are always you're always seeing the world in a negative light. You are always feeling awkward. Somehow, the whole of your personality, it mirrors on you. And people begin to see, this girl, I don't know how she behaves. I always, she just behaving somehow. Or this man, he's just behaving somehow. What now happens? People begin to avoid you. I beg, don't go near. And then you now begin to see that the more people are avoiding you because you are actually behaving the way your emotions have conditioned you to behave. Society begins to withdraw from you. People begin to avoid you. The more they do that, instead of you to actually know where this problem is coming from. Shebi, I said it. My mother had already been telling me that I am a mistake. I think they have already been telling me that I am a failure. What they have been saying is true now. Look at everywhere I go. People hate me. People don't like me. People avoid. People do this. Oh, this thing that. Oh, no wonder. Oh, maybe bad luck just followed me from the time I was born. No wonder. It is not that bad luck followed you. And then you begin to believe these things. The more you believe them, the more awkward you behave, the more violent you become, the more angry you become, the worse you become, the more you are avoided, and the more depressed you are. So this vicious circle lands you into a loop that you don't even know how to get out from. Tomorrow, we are going to conclude this series tomorrow. Tomorrow, our main lecture tomorrow will be, how do you get out of this problem? How do you begin to reverse this negative loop in your life? How do you become somebody? How do you become more confident than you used to be? How do you begin to speak out? How do you begin to express yourself well? How do you begin to be a positive, optimistic individual? How do you do that? And that is the topic for tomorrow. I pray that as you go, think about this, meditate on it, know where this thing is happening. If there's nothing you are going to go home with tonight, better know within your mind, you are not the problem. But a label has been put on you from childhood. A conditioning has been put around you. You didn't know when it happened, but you accepted it as truth. But it is not true. It is not the reality. It is a lie. And when you learn to peel off that label, you learn to peel off that lie, you are now on your way to victory. I pray that the Lord will help us as we go home. Think about it till we meet again tomorrow. God bless you. Let's bow again as we pray. Father, we thank you so much for this beautiful time. Is there anybody here feeling overwhelmed, unable to cope, unable to do anything? Opportunities are everywhere, but they are afraid to take a risk. They are afraid to do whatever will enhance them. They feel that once they do it, they will fail. They cannot do it. Oh Lord, I pray, as these words are going out, Lord, speak to their minds. Make it clearer. Bring it with more clarity upon them and give them the power to break free from this loop. Thank you so much for today. And tomorrow may you bring us again successfully to hear the conclusion of this particular part. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen.
All right. Good evening, everyone. So I would like to thank Dr. Mrs. Michael Choma for the message she just gave us this evening. I would like to thank her because all these things are practical ways most of us students go through this depression. So I would like to encourage all of us. We've learned how we got this depression. So tomorrow we are going to learn how we can break free from this depression. So I would like to encourage us, same time tomorrow, let us come out and hear this good message. So at this moment, I would like to special song.